YouTube, welcome to Cafe Inoma and welcome to our reaction to Yes. We are going to react to the song Wondrous Stories. This is our first time listening to this song by Yes. This is requested by our patron Martin. Wondrous Stories.
Silence me, leaving no trace. I beg to leave to hear your wondrous stories. Beg to hear your wondrous stories. La la la. He spoke of lands not far, nor lands they were in his mind. Of fusion captured high, where reason captured his time. In no time at all, he took me to the gate. In haste, I quickly checked the time. If I was late, I had to leave to hear your wondrous stories. I had to hear your wondrous stories. La la hearing your wondrous stories. Hearing your wondrous stories. It is no lie to see deeply into the future. Imagine everywhere you're close and where you dare to stand so cautiously at first and then so high. As he spoke, my spirit climbed into the sky. I bid to return to hear your wondrous stories. Return to hear your wondrous stories. Return to hear your wondrous stories. La la la, la la
Okay.
Alright, Wondrous Stories.
I don't get whose wondrous stories he wants to listen to. The first part of the song was mainly about him dying, his funeral ceremony, rituals, call it what you will. Then him going up to the sky, possibly discussing things with God or Saint Peter or someone else who took him to the gates of heaven, probably. And then he's dying to come back towards the end of the song. He's dying to come back, no pun intended. So he's dying to come back to hear the wondrous stories. Yeah, it sounds okay. The music, there's a lot done in the music, little bit like trinklets of sound of few instruments added. It sounds folk-like. It reminds you of songs you hear in the countryside, English or European countryside. But apart from that, I couldn't really understand most of it. Maybe my English is not too good. Thousand apologies. Maybe it just is lackluster little songwriting.
When it comes to English, I get tired of speaking it at times. I seriously do. Certain days I just don't feel like speaking English. It happens to me. That's honest. I'm being honest about it. Coming to the song, for a fan, this song would be elevating or could put them into the dream world or something like that with the hearing and the wondrous stories that he's talking about. I like those chimes, the sounds of the chimes that they added. That was the best part of the song. The chimes, little bit of the guitars too towards the end were standing out. But the chimes sound when that started, it was actually kind of elevating sound for a listener who's into the zone of Yes, knowing that I'm listening to Yes and I'm a fan, huge fan of Yes, and I love all the songs of Yes. And how could this not be good enough by Yes? Because this is made by Yes. So in that mindset, you would love it and you would actually feel it is working on you. It's all about believing. It's like the placebo effect. You believe something is working, then it starts working, right?
It's like a minor cult.
Yeah. So when somebody is already into something or someone, everything done by them, if they are looking at it positively, it works for them. So from a fan's point of view, I think this will work. But from a third person's point of view, who does not know anything about Yes, who does not care about who Yes are, who the band members are, what music they make, this is the first time I'm going to listen to, or I am unbiased and I don't care too much about Yes, but I care about music. For me, it was not good enough. For me, it was just some elderly people singing some hearing and wondrous stories and going on and on about it, and music was quite mediocre. That is how it sounded.
It was a silly, superficial take on reincarnation, if I understood it properly.
Reincarnation? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it could have had more depth and intensity in the lyrics. Instead of wasting so much time on repeating certain words and certain lines so often, as they seem to be doing quite regularly. Whenever I get back to listening to Yes, it's the same old story. So yeah, I mean, instead of doing that repetition, if you could just add in a bit more substance, that is if you have the brains to do it, obviously. If you could just add in more substance, it would make a world of difference to anyone who's not a die-hard Yes cult follower or fan.
For me, musically, also, it was weak. It had no backbone.
It was weak. Those little trinklets that were done, it seemed so uninspired and boring. As if they've just taken it up, they heard some other album of some other artist or band, possibly a folk artist, and they just picked it up from there and added it in their song. It sounds that kind of thing. Maybe it didn't happen that way. Maybe it was original completely. But, it just, I'm into Rabe. Maybe I'm rubbing it in. But yeah, blame Yes for it, not me. If you want a good review, make good music for a change.